All right, good afternoon back in Atlanta, and good morning if you're tuning in from the Pacific time zone. It's still morning here in California. Day 2 of the baseball winter meetings. Ben Ingram here with you, just bringing you a video giving you our expectations of what may take place today. First and foremost, excited to catch up with Brian Snitker coming up in a couple of hours. Lots of things I want to ask him about. I want to talk to him about the new rule in Major League Baseball about pitchers facing 3 batters, also about the 26th spot and on his lineup, what the Braves intend on doing with that, some new things that he'll be dealing with, and the Braves dealing with altogether in Major League Baseball, some of the rule changes. As far as moves go, nothing happening here on this front, but that doesn't mean that something couldn't surprise us, as we've seen in Alex Anthopoulos' tenure as the general manager of the Atlanta Braves. We'll meet with him later on this afternoon. I'll have a sit down with Alex. That'll be running tomorrow on the Braves Clubhouse Report, 2:30 Eastern on 680 The Fan. And also my interview that I have with Brian Snitker today will also be part of that show as well tomorrow, 2:30 Eastern, Wednesday on 680 The Fan. As for Major League Baseball, we saw the big news yesterday with Steven Strasburg. He goes back to Washington. That leaves the door open for other teams and Anthony Rendon. That's the assumption. Nationals felt like they'd be able to sign one of those two guys, not both, so that leaves Rendon out there. We'll continue to monitor what happens with Josh Donaldson. The newest news on him is that he could get a 4-year deal, which is 1 year further along than what we initially thought. We thought that maybe he'd get 3 years, 2 and an option. Seems like that latest rumor is 4 years for Josh Donaldson. I'm not sure that makes the Braves a strong contender for him or not. We'll continue to monitor that. Spoke with Alex yesterday about that, but he didn't really elaborate on where they were with Josh. We just know that they're exploring options. Their biggest need right now is adding a power bat, and that could come in the form of a third baseman. That could come in the form of a corner outfielder. That's the next most important thing that they need to accomplish. They'd like to add another pitcher. They've been exploring options there, adding to their rotation, but nothing has developed in that front yet. Also, the need to add a good utility guy who can play shortstop, second base, a good utility infielder could be a part of that bench. They've not come out and said it directly, but I feel like they're leaning more towards that 26th spot on their roster being a position player rather than another pitcher. And obviously that could change and go back and forth over the course of the season. But they're looking for someone who can be a backup shortstop, whether that's Danny Echeverria or someone else. We'll wait and see. We know that they kicked the tires on Howie Kendrick, but apparently Howie Kendrick is close to signing a new deal with the Washington Nationals and remaining there in D.C. So those are some of the latest nuggets. We'll continue to follow over the course of the day. Tune in to 680 The Fan. I'll be on some of the shows. I'll be in Chuck and Chernoff a little bit later on this afternoon, and on 12:30 The Fan too, as I'll be on with Mark Zinno a little bit later on this afternoon. 680 The Fan on Twitter, 680thefan.com, and we'll keep you up to date on everything happening here in San Diego. All our coverage brought to you by Georgia Natural Gas. We appreciate their partnership with us, bringing you all the latest here at the baseball winter meetings. Talk to you later this afternoon.